and welcome to the newest episode of Malcolm Castaways. My name is Hannah, and with me today is, of course, Braxton and Taylor Siebert. Mr. Siebert, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself and why you are here today?
You bet. Yeah, thanks for having me on the show. Excited to always connect with students and have known Doug for a long time, so I appreciate you guys reaching out. Quick little background about myself. I've been working with schools for the last 10 years. I live in Henderson, Nebraska. I graduated from Heartland Community Schools in 2003 and then went to Doane and got my business degree there and fell in love with working with schools about 10 years ago and helping them share their school story. And that started with Striv, which you guys use, which is live video streaming and new media education. And then we started Class Intercom, which you guys also use to help create social media content through a social media management platform, and always just enjoy getting to know students and educators and helping them solve problems. And that's what our team on all the things we've done have always been about, and especially on the student side, because I wish I would have had the opportunities you guys have now to be able to create content in school. And that's why I'm always willing to help students out create something like this, and excited to chat with you guys and kind of share a little bit of my story and get to know you guys.
Yeah, I know at our school, we pretty much live off of your products, Class Intercom and Striv, and it makes our lives a whole lot easier.
I have a whole class that's just Class Intercom is producing media for our school, and it's one of my favorite classes. So I love your website and everything, and Striv too. We really do a lot with Striv.
Especially this year.
Yeah, especially this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. I love the feedback.
It's awesome. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
No problem.
So, what does a standard day in the office look like for you when it comes to working?
Ooh, man, that is a loaded question, especially this year, Braxton.
Yeah, I bet.
Over the last couple of years, I've been traveling a lot, and I actually, when COVID kind of shut down our world, basically, I was actually in California at a conference about to connect with a bunch of educators and communications people, and so that kind of flipped everything around, and I had to adjust. I started working from home, and now I'm back in the office, in our Henderson office where Striv is located. Every day, I just talked to a friend of mine outside our office here. He came in to chat for a little bit. He's a business owner, and every day is a new adventure. We've got a great team of people that love helping others and care about the work that they do, and that's huge. For starting it was just me and some other, family and friends. And now we've got a team of people that just love what they do and are really encouraged by working with schools and students. And that's huge. So every day opportunities are coming to us, whether it's streaming or on the social media side and helping schools get students involved, or looking for that approval process to get their message out there. And so I try to structure my day a little bit or plan ahead for the day. They're built around, meetings and Zooms right now, but also try to, meet with some other people, whether it's for coffee or through a phone call or FaceTime. But I just love connecting with others. And that's probably been the hardest thing over the last year, is not being able to do that as much. I love traveling and getting to see other parts of the country and sharing the things that we're working on, and I've missed that. But it's also, brought me home to be with my family more and kind of realize some of the things that I was missing out on. And so I think that's important too. So again, every day is different. It's fast paced in kind of the tech, media, sports, social media space. There's stuff changing all the time. And so sometimes, I don't catch it all, and I've got to be okay with that. But having other people being a part of the team is really key in starting a business. And that's what I love the most.
Yeah, and I bet this year you never know what's going to happen next with everything going on. And
yeah, I mean, we got a call from a college yesterday looking for some streaming stuff that we had met with when we first started Striv, and they called me up, and we'll see if we can work together. So every day, and right before this, the school signed up with Class Intercom, and we got some exciting things coming up for next year. So there's just a lot of things in motion, and so that's why I say having a team in place allows myself to do what I do. And that's, managing lots of different things at the same time, which I love.
I know
It'd
our
be
school,
such a
yeah. Go ahead, Braxton.
it'd be such a fun and rewarding job, I bet, for you, just to work with the kids and the teachers and the schools in general.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a student in here from Sutton right now who comes every Thursday, and just getting to know him, and then seeing him at a basketball game, announcing a game, is super rewarding. That's what motivates our team. It gets me to wake up every morning, is helping those kids. He uses class intercom, and he's also using Striv. And so just seeing, just like you guys, seeing people using the stuff that, the crazy ideas that we had out in the world, and then it changing kind of maybe the direction they want to go in life, whether it be in the media space or communications or business, whatever that is really rewarding. And so we're kind of starting to see more and more kids like you guys that want to become content creators and make an impact in the world. And we can do that through creating content, which I think is absolutely the future.
I will say what you have made and like the content that you've been giving us, it has made me really interested in this kind of field of study. And like, I didn't think I was ever going to do something like this. And then I actually thought back and I'm like, wait, I've kind of been doing this my whole life. I've always been into videotaping and editing, and just just how you let us produce our work has really influenced me the last year. And like our school, because of COVID, and I know we just touched on the subject, but because of COVID, we have been able to like strive our concert choir and our band, and we almost strived our drama performance, and that was something we would never have done before. But now because of COVID, we're using more and more resources like that. And do you think a lot of schools are doing that, just like using class intercom and Strive, mainly because it's such a good option now that COVID shut everything down, and getting the word out like that? Do you think?
Yeah, and thankfully we're still able to have those events. We do work with some schools that aren't able to do those events, so they're trying to figure out different ways to promote their school, because there still is learning happening, whether it's through a hybrid model or through Zoom and things like that. So it's been a challenge on that side of things to think creatively about how to promote your school and the things that you're doing. Thankfully, here in Nebraska, a lot of the schools have been able to have sporting events and have extracurricular, like you mentioned, the band and the other concerts, and they've gotten creative with it. Our local school here, Heartland, parents weren't allowed to come to a concert, so they recorded all of them, put it together, and then they put it on Strive as well. And so I think it's challenged everyone just to think differently about the things that we do in a good way. There's obviously been a lot of negative things because of it that I hope we can work through. But from our standpoint, it's been extremely positive, and schools just continue to come to us saying, hey, can you help us with this, whether it's on the social side or on the streaming side. And that's what we're here for, to help navigate that for them, and be a resource and come alongside as a guide. We always talk about in every story, right? So I've watched Moana with my little kids over the last month. It's kind of been brought back into our lives, and along with Frozen 2 and all the others. But there's always a hero and a guide in every story, right? And in Moana, you would think Maui is the hero, but he's actually the guide, and Moana is the hero in this story, right? He's guiding her through this journey, and she ends up being the hero of the story. And so we view ourselves in our business as the school and the students being the hero, and we're the guide coming alongside you to, if you're trying to defeat Tafiti, we're going to be right alongside you, right? Or in Frozen, it's whoever, the prince that comes in is kind of the bad guy, right? In Frozen 1. So we always like to try to find some analogies like that and apply it to how we serve schools. So it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome. That's such a cool way of looking at it too. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, and I've noticed just even in our school that we've had a lot of things on the plan for a while, but this year we really exploded in our social media presence. And I think it's
awesome.
Purely because of COVID, and it opened a lot of gates for us. And so really helped.
Well, this show would be one example, right?
Yeah.
You didn't do this last year, right?
No.
Right.
No.
You had to think
Somebody said
creatively
you guys
about
should do this, and we said, okay, we'll do it. And it's been awesome.
It has. We've met some awesome people.
Yeah.
Including you.
Including you. Keep adding people to our list. And on that, do you think that there's any tips for kids and like how you inspire them? Do you think that you have anything you want to say to those that are interested in going into the market, especially kids?
Yeah, you got to try it. You don't know how, let's say you had this idea for the show and you never do it, you never interview anyone. Well, you're never going to know if that's something you should be doing or that you should continue to kind of go down that path of interviewing people. It's just like sports, right? Or I was talking to someone about, lifting weights. You don't get stronger by lifting weights one time. You don't get good at interviewing someone by just doing it one time. You've got to do it a lot, right? You got to get in the repetition and things like that. And sometimes through that, it's not fun, right? Like, it's not fun, if someone says, yeah, I can't do the interview now, and it doesn't work with your schedule, and you maybe get frustrated, right? Or maybe during an interview, you didn't feel like you did the best you could. And all you can do is go and do another one to try to fix, what you made a mistake on. Sports is the same way. I played sports growing up, and that's why I believe in that. And this is the same way, whether it's video editing, writing, creating a graphic, photography. I love shooting photos. And I shot photos at a basketball game the other week. And I looked at the photos. I'm like, gosh, this just wasn't my best effort, right? I just wasn't completely focused. I was distracted looking at my phone because I was getting messages about, something that someone was trying to get a hold of me on. And I was kind of down. I was like, I got this new camera, and I was expecting the photos to be better than they were. And I've been shooting photos a lot more regularly over the last couple of months, but not basketball. I hadn't put in some practice on. It'd been a couple of years for basketball photos, which is completely different than football. And so then the next week, I focused a little bit more and moved around a little bit more and took what I knew I did wrong that week before and applied it to this current one. And hopefully I can build upon that. And creating content is the same way. You always want to be trying different things, trying new things. Maybe after Christmas break, you guys decide, hey, maybe we want to switch this up. Maybe maybe we want to do more interviews. So maybe Hannah's going to interview someone and Braxton is, so we get more episodes put together rather than, you guys doing it all. You guys doing it together, right? Like you guys just reflect on it. Hopefully you're watching it back. And that's my encouragement to other students. If you've got an idea, you see something on Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, and you go, wow, that's really cool. Maybe I should try that. That's the best part about the classes and the structure now and the things that we do on Class Intercom and Striv is you now have the ability to go out and just kind of try it. No one's, Mr. Mahoney is not going to, shoot you down because it gives him something for you guys to do and for him to kind of give you a project to give you feedback on. And that's why I love creating content and helping students understand the value of that. Whether you turn into Casey Neistat, who has millions of subscribers, or you're Steph Curry and you're amazing athlete or influencer on Instagram, that doesn't matter. The chances of us doing that are really slim. But whatever you do next in life, whether you're a lawyer or a doctor, you're a journalist, a teacher, you have to know how to communicate to someone else. And that's what this is teaching you, whether you're interviewing someone or you're, take a photo and you're trying to communicate what that photo is to your audience on Instagram, whatever that is. It just teaches you some really great life lessons. And that's why I believe in it so much. And everything we do in the two companies we have and everything I've done over the last 10 years has taught me. And I want students to understand that.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I know just in the last 6 months, I've improved greatly on my content ability. And you look back and you're like, why did I do that?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's fun. At the time, you don't realize how bad it is, but now looking back, how much you've improved, and you kind of go, wow, why did I say Taylor Siebert's name wrong? Before we started recording.
That was well, that's just a really cool way of looking at it. And You're certainly inspiring me right now. So thank you so much for what you just. Yeah,
Awesome.
that's a great way of looking at life.
And I think this is great because you clearly have a great passion for this. How did you find your passion?
Yeah, that's a big question, but I'll kind of try to narrow it down for whoever watches this and is trying to figure that out themselves. I talk to people all the time, adults, people that have gone through a career and now switched careers because they just lost the passion in their current career. And there's just so many cool things you can do now that you don't have to go to school for. You don't have to get necessarily a college degree for because of the internet. And I was a kid in high school that had to work really hard to get decent grades. I got an 18 on my ACT, not once, but twice. I got into Doan and worked really hard at getting a business degree there. And then just kind of was like, what do I want to start something. I want to start something and so that I can, kind of control, but I knew I had to get some experience. And so that didn't happen right away. But I went in and worked for someone else, but always knew in the back of my mind I wanted to do something that I started. And I don't know where that came from. My dad kind of took over his grandfather's insurance business. My mom kind of has started different things on a small scale. Always kind of been around business or whatever, but I didn't know when I was your age that I was going to be working with schools and students and selling and providing, tools and solutions for schools. I had no clue when I was your age. Are you guys juniors, sophomores, seniors?
Juniors.
I don't even remember what I was thinking when I was junior. I wanted to be a teacher and a coach, to be honest, and then just didn't pan out. And so now it's kind of come full circle, right? Like I'm teaching and I'm coaching, students and educators how to do streaming or how to do better social media. So it's kind of come full circle and then taking my passion around business around that. But really what motivates me and my passion is helping others. So I've kind of three pillars in my life that I kind of live by, and that's to serve God and serve others, work my tail off, try to work harder than everybody else, and connect with people. Because I can only do so much. I only have certain strengths. I've got weaknesses. But once you involve other people who have different strengths than you, it just builds, especially with a company. And so out here in our office, we've got people that have certain strengths that I don't have. And at home, where we've got other people working for us, they have their strengths and weaknesses. And so putting that all together just is really fun and exciting to me. And that's my passion is building things, trying new things out. They may not work. I may stop doing them, come back to them, but everything I do has kind of a purpose behind it too. And that's to serve. I want to work as hard as I can and connect with others.
Well, I know that in this digital media field, there's a lot that you can do. Just it's always changing, and there's so much you can just keep building on, like you said. So I don't know if you're allowed to tell us any of this, but do you have any plans in the works right now? Like any new ideas?
We have some new business stuff that we're working on for next year that we kind of are doing. We have some sports media stuff that we're working on. But right now we're just trying to keep up on the Striv team is trying to keep up with the streaming demands.
I'm
just
sure
because of limited attendance and everything like that. And then Class Intercom just saw some new updates. If you guys are using that are going to be rolling out here in Q1, that I think you guys will really like visually. A lot of the app is going to be changing, which I'm pretty excited about. And small couple of features. I'll tell you one is you'll be able to duplicate a post, very small thing. But if you're creating a post, let's say for the show, and you go into your Class Intercom account and you want to just duplicate it to then edit and put a new link, put a new graphic, you could hit duplicate and just recreate that post rather than going in and hitting compose and kind of starting from scratch. Yeah, because a couple mobile, if you guys use our phone app, that needs some love. And so that'll be kind of updated over across the year here. So yeah, we're excited about the roadmap there. we've got a great team that's on developers and product design on that end that I'm pretty excited about. So yeah, there's always something. I mean, who knows? I started doing kind of a Monday morning video that I kind of lost a little steam as holidays hit here in November, December, that I'll pick back up. I pick a word for the week and I just talk about that word and maybe pull in maybe a Bible verse that I've been reading along with kind of a lesson in life, and then ask people, hey, with this word, what do you think of? Like one of them was family, and I had people respond, commenting on Facebook. I stream it at 7:34 a.m., which is kind of just a random time I choose. And I go live and just kind of help people get started for the week. And that's been a lot of fun for me. And I've kind of taken a little break over here over the last couple months. I've only done a couple, but I was going pretty consistent. So I'm looking forward to picking that back up. And then because if I'm going to be teaching others how to create content, then I need to be creating content myself. So I stream it through an app called StreamYard, and it can stream just from your webcam. You can go to Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube all at the same time. And
cool.
And so you can see people's comments on Facebook, and it's just me talking, nothing fancy. And then I take that recording, and it gives me just an audio recording, and I put it on Anchor so people could listen to it as a podcast, which I think maybe you guys have done some stuff with Anchor. And so that's been fun for me, and it's doesn't take me a ton of time because I got lots of different things going on. I have 4 kids at home, my wife and I, so we've got a lot happening. So creating content is tough. And then I got back into photography and taking sports photos. So that's been fun. I'm going to continue to do that. And yeah, just always pushing myself to try different things for sure. So
yeah. If you're not moving forward, you're going backwards. So
yeah, that's right, Braxton. I love that.
It's a great quote. Don't be a shark. Wait, you do be a shark. Sharks don't swim backwards. I know what
sounds like a t-shirt right there.
Print it.
Well, yeah. Thank you so much for being with us today and sharing your story with everyone who's going to watch this video. I can certainly say you've inspired me a lot, and your work inspires me every day. And thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you. This has been awesome.
Thank you guys. Yeah, keep creating, and I can't wait to see for you guys as juniors what the future holds for you guys, and don't be afraid to try new stuff. So I appreciate you guys doing the interview, and I can't wait to see you guys next year. Who you have aspirations to grow the show, or maybe it kind of evolves into something different. But keep going.
Okay.
Hold on. Now we'll just leave that open.
Whatever. Well, we can edit this out in post. Hello and welcome to the newest episode of Malcolm Mindful. That's a different show. That's my own show. Okay, special guest Taylor Siebert. Mr. Siebert, would you like to tell us a little bit?
Hold on. You have